Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle Balartgil from CZT Ana Balart. I hope I pronounced that right. Okay, so this is an interesting tangle. I was thinking that, in looking at Anna's step out, I was thinking that the one, well, and I'll show you. I was thinking that it's kind of a fragment and she puts it together, but, let me just do it and I'll show you. All right, I'm going to put a dot here in the middle. This is the middle. And we'll essentially do 4 of these, but let me show you first. So I'm going to start here. And we'll start with a C-shaped curve line. And then, overlapping a little bit, another C-shaped curve line. Like so. Then we'll connect those 2 ends. And then we're going to basically mirror these same steps on the other side. You could flip your tile if you want, because then it's just the same thing. And then 2, so I'm going to do my C shape here, leaving a gap. Here we're meeting, here we're not. But you can kind of line it up, so that's helpful. And then same thing here, like so. So that's the initial thing that Anna shows on her step out. And so part of me is guessing that I'm thinking maybe it's not a fragment. It's just it's one piece because we're going to do 4 of them. But at the same time, I mean, you could just use it as a fragment. I don't know. Jury's out. All right. So we're going to do this. I'm going to do north-south because I like to. So again, C shape, overlapping a little bit, same C shape. The thing I've had the most trouble with on this one is getting the curve right so that way this can overlap. I feel like I have to make it a little, I'm trying to make them too narrow for some reason. I don't know why, but that's the challenge that I've been having. All right, and then same idea. And I'm thinking making enough curves so that way then when you overlap it, then you have enough stuff here that you can do that. Yeah, and just, I'm probably going to fill those in, so, because that's, yeah, it's okay. Right. Yeah, and then also making sure that they meet, on either end. I have all kinds of, wonkiness in my version of the step out. You can enjoy that. Go take a look. It's in the description section. Okay, so here we have it. But again, this is where I'm thinking, I mean, you could just take that, because I think it's rather interesting shape that's created, and you could have other fun with it, I suppose. All right, next is she has some, I always like to call them flux shapes. So starting here and not, yeah, she doesn't take them out. Well, I take it back. In looking at some of the samples, some of them, they, come, midway here, but she has some that kind of go the full length here. So up to you. I'm going to make mine smaller just because. All right. I always like to point out all of the places that you probably know. Oh, although I'm speaking to the newest person to Zentangle. It's like, you know. Most everyone else says, yeah, I know. I can do whatever I want. It's okay. All right. Last step before we decorate is we're going to do C-shaped curved lines from each tip to the center of that flux shape. Well, I like what I'm doing. I've left enough room so that way I could kind of, bring it up a little bit. I didn't do that so much on my step outs. And I mean, it creates a really interesting pattern. There we go. And after doing these, it took a little bit of practice. This is the best I've done so far. Going slow for sure helped. For sure. So, yeah, just really, really interesting. And now you've all this to decorate. All right. And, because I really like what I did in my version of the step outs. I was just going to town playing. So I might just duplicate that here. First thing was, I filled in these little guys because then you can adjust them as needed. So I straightened out that. There's the one that's just too small, that one. I do like to kind of let the course corrections somewhat dictate where, how I'm decorating. What do I need to fix first? All right. See, and then you can just, because it's fill in, it's like filling in is one of the best opportunities for course correction. As long as you can make it bigger than what it is. Because we can't go the other way. So that's neat. All right, and then in here, I just aura'd the inside because I thought that I was debating on what to do, and I'm like, that makes it look kind of neat. And even though, all, the shapes are going to be different, doesn't matter. I'm just working to have the distance be similar. And as soon as I say that, but look, I mean, just I don't know. I think it's fun to do, and I think that it gives a really neat. It has a really neat effect. And then, of course, you could play with. You could put something in there. You could just leave it as it is. I think I might put some. I might shade them or something like that. I'm not sure yet. Okay, and then, actually I might go, oh, you know what? Well, whoops, as I bang my little camera, you could aura everything, and that would look neat. Actually, look neat. Aura everything and fill it in. And that could be kind of cool. All right, but let's do, because I said I really liked what I did. So let's do that. And this one I decided to do a line instead of a line dot dot. Sometimes I like just the line in an orb. Yeah, and then we can do shading. All right, and then, because so I was doing this, and I'm like, like I said, on my version of the step outs, I was like, these guys need something else. So I decided to, same thing as I did here, and go ahead and aura that, like so, and fill it in. So that way we give a nice bit of contrast in there. And it just seemed like these, I was like, I like them filled in, but it was at the same time, I don't know, just felt like it needed more on those sections. And you can see like that, it just looks neat. All right, and as I do this, and we will do some shading. As I do this, in the description section, you will find, as I mentioned, links to the step outs. And then well, whoops. Apparently my computer stopped working, stopped filming, and I was just sitting here rambling on and on and on and finishing the tile. So sorry about that. And so I usually do everything on one take, unless something bad happens. But I'm like, oh, I'm all the way to the end, and it turned out really good, so I didn't want to redo it. So let me tell you what I did, and then I'll finish what I was saying when the computer so rudely stopped my recording. So what I ended up doing was, on the perimeter of all of these little sections, putting some graphite and carefully bringing it, just using a side-by-side motion like this to soften the graphite and create a gradient. And then put some right down here as where these gather, those little flux shapes. And I think it turned out rather neat. It really, it gives some depth. It's almost like these bits are raised up, so that way those, just the 3D-ness of it. Graphite is such the magic. I said that before, I know. But it's just so fantastic. And I really like the way that this turned out. So I was mentioning the description section. You'll find links to the step outs. Below that is my link tree. So if you would like to follow me on any of my social media, it's all there. I do have a blog. You can get to that from my website. If you'd like to take classes, come and tangle with me and a bunch of other tangle addicts online. We do that Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays generally has a fee, except for the third Tuesday of the month. That one is free. That's called Tough Tangle Tuesday. And then Thursdays are always free, and that's called Tangle Time. So I'll pick a tangle or two, and we just go to town and have fun with it. So yeah, just lots and lots of fun. On my website, you will also see there's a link for classes there. I do keep the codes for the classes. But on the link tree, there are two places where you can follow me, where I post classes. That way you can see it in your time zone and be able to register and things like that. But I do keep them on the website, and I usually update it like usually the day of the class, so don't look too far ahead. But you can also scroll down and see some of the other classes that we have done. If you wish to purchase any of the replays, you can, of course. And I'm working to get that up to date, but yeah, hopefully this weekend maybe I can actually get that done. We'll see. But anyway, come and join us for free. And if you like it, then every Tuesday there is something going on. So, all right, every Tuesday and Thursday, I should say. All right. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.